it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video I'm doing a review of the Golden Coil planner. So this is a completely customizable planner. You can choose the cover design. As you can see, I picked this really pretty pattern. You can choose what weekly layout you want from a whole bunch of options they have. You could also make a daily planner if you wanted to. Then you can choose all of the add-on pages as well. So you can basically build your own planner from scratch. So this one is a bit on the larger side, this planner. It is about 7.5 inches wide by about 10, I think. Yeah, about 10 inches high. So most planners I find are around 7 by 9, so this is a little bit bigger. Now I opted for the 6-month duration because I thought it would get too bulky if I chose a 12-month as well as a whole bunch of add-ons. So this is a 6-month weekly with some add-ons as well. I have got a little bit of room on the wire binding if I wanted to use stickers, etc. Alright, let's have a look inside. So my first impression, or the first thing I noticed, was the paper. It feels really thick and it's sort of got that like texture feel, not super smooth. So I will definitely be doing a pen test. I'm hoping that the paper holds up well. I can see a little bit of ghosting on the back side of what's printed, but I'm thinking that the paper might hold up well with gel pens and fine tip and ballpoint. Anyway, I will do that pen test and the link will be below. So at the start I opted for a year at a glance, similar to like a future log. You can choose to put this at the start or the back of the planner. I opted for the start. Then I chose some other add-ons. So I chose this mood tracker, but I think I'm going to use it for like a habit tracker instead of a mood tracker, but you could use it that way. This goals page, which I really love. It's got yearly, your monthly, and a little progress bar, which I thought was cute. The weekly, and then also the daily. Then we start with the planner. So you can choose to have like birthdays and all those kind of things pre-printed, national holidays, etc. I opted for something a little bit different and picked the one that had all the foods. Man, there is a lot of food days. It has actually filled up the calendar quite a bit. I probably would not select that option again because it prints it on the weekly and then, on the monthly and then also on the weekly. There may have been an option to choose just either or, but I can't remember. I'll have to double check. Then it has a thin sidebar for notes, starts on a Monday, and then down the bottom here you've got some blank space to use as you please. Now, if you follow me, you'll know that one thing I always check for is split boxes. So this planner does not split the boxes on the monthly calendar. If I skip ahead to August, then you'll see that they add a 6th box here and put it down there, so it doesn't restart the numbering on the top row. You get an even amount of space for each day. However, I do think it would be practical if they just started up there and then you'd have full note space down the bottom. Anywho, so monthly calendar starts on a Monday, which is consistent with the weekly spread. This is what I was talking about with the pre-printed things. There's one on almost every week, or sometimes multiple, and it does take up a bit of space on the page. Maybe if they'd put the holidays beside the day, it wouldn't take up as much room. Anyway, keep that in mind if you do want to opt for the pre-printed dates. So this is the weekly spread that I chose. Now, I absolutely love layouts that have horizontal weekdays on one page with not a lot of space for each day because I only use that for blog planning. And then the rest of my week, I just plan with a to-do list. So this one has a sidebar that I'm going to use for blogging to-dos. So this is going to be like blog, and this will be personal or projects, etc. So we've got a note section, to do, and then shopping. This is just one of the weekly layouts. There are so many to choose from. I think I spent like a good 15 minutes just looking at all the different weekly layout options trying to pick one. There was about 3 or 4 that I really loved, but anyway, I opted for this one and I'm really happy with it. I think the proportions are really good. The line spacing is great. It's not too small, not too big, so really happy with that. Maybe if they had expanded the design a bit better up to the top, might have given a little bit more room for each day, but I mean, it's not a big deal. So you get all the weeklies and then it starts the next monthly calendar, etc. Now I'm pretty sure there was an option for tabs, but usually if there is an option they cost maybe like $10 US extra, so I tend to just leave them out. I will have all the details of all their options and ordering and screenshots of what I chose as I went through the process, etc. There's so many, I might even do another whole blog post just for that, like an ordering tutorial, so you can really see all of the customization that there is. So see what I mean with all the dates printed. Now you can choose your start month as well if you want to, if you don't want to start on a calendar year. I just want to show you the other add-on pages I picked, which I opted to place at the back. So kitchen conversions page, always super handy. I love using American recipes for cooking. However, I don't use like Oz, I use cups. So this is going to be very helpful. Got cooking temperatures too. Some line note space, which again, the line spacing is good. I will be doing that pen test. Don't forget the link will be below. Now you can opt to add just like a blank monthly spread at the back, but you could also use this as a weekly spread as well. So if you had your categories up the top, and then, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you might have weekend combined, or you could flip it and have your categories days of the week up the top, up to you. But I like that they give you this blank one and you can use it however you want. Then I opted for this meal planning page, which you could use for a weekly planner if you wanted to, with just, you know, appointments and then to-dos. I quite liked that layout. Then the project section, so I do like a bit of space to map out some projects in planners, which not many include pages like this, so I really like that. Some line writing space might be good, but then I suppose you can have some space for sketching. Budget, I actually do digital budgeting using Excel, but I got this add-on just to show you guys who are interested in paper budgeting. If you did want to, that option is there. Then the home care, I really like these little checklists by room, and then you can put like the date you last completed it or the date it's next due. I will be testing the friction pens because I feel like these would work really well with this page. You could put like the next date, rub it out, and then schedule in the next one. So we'll be definitely doing that pen test. Now this page is my all-time favorite. Look at this to-do page. Absolutely love these two columns, and then you've got a shorter one over here as well as lots of lined note space. The back, there's some more 2-column lists you could use for anything. Some dot grid paper, which always comes in handy. I do think I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but I feel like it might be an error where the dot is just about off the page there, and again over here, but there's like a wider gap. I think if they'd rotated it, it might be more like this, where you have a bit more space on the end, but it's getting a bit nitpicky. So quite a few dot grid pages. I'm going to try bullet journaling at this page size because most dot grid notebooks, they come really small and it's just not super practical. I need a bit more room. You can add some line notes pages, some blank, and then at the back is a little paper popper folder. Not terribly sure how sturdy that will be because it is pretty open, but it's there if you want it. And then the planner ends with the same back cover as the front. It does lay flat, as you can see, because of that wire binding, and it's not too chunky or heavy given all of the stuff that was in it. Now I will admit it was quite expensive, so for a 6-month planner I think, no, I'll just write it in the post, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I know it was pricey, plus you add shipping, so if you did want to use it for a full year it is kind of expensive, but you do get exactly what you want, so I guess weigh it up for you. If you want a custom planner and you're willing to pay for it, then Golden Coil may be a good option for you. So I will have the link to all the screenshots I took so you can see all the options when I was ordering it. If you want to order your own, the pen test will be there, the cost, all those details, etc. will be linked below. And don't forget to subscribe. I usually post a couple of planner review videos each week.